Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again for the first time with Pillars of Eternity. I am really excited about going through this game. It's one of my all time favorite game series, and I'm excited to go through it as a content creator, someone who's going to be paying a lot more attention to the lore and looking for opportunities to be able to use this to entertain all of you. So, hopefully, it's going to give me a totally new perspective on the content we're going to see. And just in general, I'm looking forward to all of your feedback as well, because I know a lot of you love this game series as well. For at least the month of June, probably, we're going to be doing this playthrough the way you would usually expect, where I'll record hour-long videos walking through the game and then release it on YouTube. But I do plan to move to live streaming probably in July, maybe a little bit later. It depends on how I feel. But once I do, I'm gonna basically test it out and see what you all prefer. So we'll do a few episodes where it's live and we're able to interact directly. But of course, that changes the tone and the look of the content. And I know some people prefer that it be recorded separately and they just get to experience it. So we can decide as a community what you all prefer. It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm down for whatever. Um, Kind of in a weird headspace right now where all the stuff I want to do is the content that I know most people aren't going to want to watch anyway. Like I've been releasing a bunch of Pathfinder videos. I know nobody's watching Pathfinder videos on my channel right now, but I'm having fun doing the playthrough and releasing them. And I know, this might get some views on the first episode, but after that, a lot of people will fall off and it's just going to be the core people excited for the playthrough. But what can I say? I'm making the content that I enjoy, and I'm really excited about the things that I'm doing right now. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't remember how this game starts off. Oh, easy, normal, hard. We're going to start on normal for now. I'm not trying to be extra about this. We can bump it up to hard if it turns out that normal is too easy for whatever reason. It's not a big deal for me. And then I have decided that I'm going to play as a Cypher. I really enjoy the Cypher class in this particular game. In Pillars of Eternity 2, I'm probably going to change for that. I play Pillars of Eternity 2, did not like the Cypher class at all. Now, I do know that they've made a lot of changes to the game since I last played it. So, but even despite that,
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
there we go. Okay. I don't remember what I was in the middle of saying. Oh. And Pillars of Eternity 2 probably won't be a Cypher again, even though I know they made changes. And so the balancing is probably a lot better. But we might as well just experiment with a different class in general. So we'll figure out at that time what we're going to be. Okay, definitely being male. Race. I think I want to be Amwa. Do they give you a choice of between a couple of different ones? Even though I know, oh yeah, they break it down. So I know that Wood Elf is supposed to be better for this Cypher build that I'm doing. But as far as transferring it into the next game, Amwa is what I want. And we're gonna go with island version. And what does that give me? Something garbage, right? All island, I want to gain an additional weapon set. Completely irrelevant to me, but from a role-playing standpoint and from bringing this character into Pillars of Eternity 2, it just makes more sense to me. It's what I want to do. Okay, next up, Cypher is what I've settled on. Ooh, that's a wicked look. I like that. This is working out, even though he's going to be ranged. It doesn't allow me to change that. I don't think it does. Oh, so, powers. Okay, okay. Ooh, we get 2. So I definitely want anti-pathetic shield, but this is the one. Enemies. Ooh. So it says enemies caught in the path between the two will suffer corrosive damage. I swear originally it was anybody caught in the field took damage, but maybe they changed that. So now it's even better. Hey, it works for me. Okay. Is Mind Wave the other one that I want? Let's see. Characters in a conical area behind the target failing a fortitude check are knocked prone. There we go. So yeah, so Mind Wave for crowd control, anti-pathetic feat shield field for damage. That's what I want to kick this off with. And let's see, what's my breakdown here? I think might was 16, Constitution was 7. I know I've taken this all the way down. What else? Dexterity 15. Perception was going to be 16. Intellect was 18. There we go. And I have 2 extra points. Where do I want to put this? I guess perception, because that's what is going to help my accuracy, correct? Right. So I absolutely need to make sure that I can hit so that I can make sure I actually get the focus that I need to do what I want to do with these powers. So yep, this is the build that I'm going to settle on. And I'm definitely going with the Deadfire Archipelago. Dexterity, which gives me dexterity +1. Oh, that's kind of nice. Consisting of the nations of Nasatak, dozens of Amual settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. They're absolutely looking forward to that. Okay, next up, what else? Background. All right, this doesn't really matter, right? You can pretty much pick what you want. What kind of character is he? Even though I like that lore too, he's not really an aristocrat. Drifter. Hunter. You made your life taking the lives of wild creatures. Not really. Mercenary? No. Raider? Definitely not. Not a slave either. Merchant. That's a possibility. Laborer. Explorer. You find the siren call of the horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next hill or wave, and you've built your life around finding out. That kind of goes along. Okay, cool. Primary, secondary. Let's see what kind of what we doing. Portraits 99. That means there's a lot more. Why don't they give you like a whole thing so that you could just see all of them and pick one instead of having to scroll through each time? Ooh, that is nice and rough. Yo, even though he has nothing to do with the race that I am, I just really like this photo. Okay, 38, definite possibility. This is the guy who I was last time, but he doesn't fit in how I'm thinking about it now. Barbarian. Ooh. Oh, now it's all the women's. Is that it? Oops. I swear. She's pretty. Ooh. Yo, we might have to play as a female in Pillars of Eternity 2. This looks perfect for a pirate. And I've actually never done a pirate run through that game. Wow. I like that portrait. I like that. All right. I think 38 it is for us. For this particular run. There we go. Okay, that's you. And primary, secondary, hair. Oh, we can do some. Wait a minute. He is okay, yeah. I was about to say he looks kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Interesting, 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 interesting. Ooh. We can go with the Mohawk look? Not mad at that. You know what? I think I kind of like the Mohawk look. I can't remember the last time I ran it in a video game before. Now you head. Ooh. I like that. Wow. Okay. That's one possibility. What's this on? Oh, or you can be the blue variety. Oh, snap. I like both of those. That's actually nice. So, 1 or 3. You know what? I think I'm feeling 1. Even though we're not the right type for it. You know what? No. Sticking with the actual with the race background being from the island, you're supposed to be more red, more darker. So yeah, we'll stick with that. And is this? Wow. I don't remember having all these options when I last played the game. This is awesome. This is awesome. Sorry, I really truly did not think I was going to be spending this much time on it. But you know, I think I like that as is. I'm not feeling that hair color though. That works. Yeah, or I could make it something striking, but nah. Ooh, that's just doing a little too much. Doing a little too much. Yeah. I can't get it to. Yeah, you know what? Just that regular brown. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll go with it. And next. Sinister.
Now I am the leader of the group.
What is he? He's not benevolent. He's not stoic. He's kind of smooth. Feisty. He's probably a little cocky.
You better run!
I'll go on ahead.
I feel
Yes? Leading the way. Ha!
Silence surrounds me.
I shall lead us.
Yes. And what am I thinking? I'm a cipher. Of course I'm a mystic. Yeah, we're going with that. Oh, crap. Name. I didn't even think about it. This isn't like some of my other runs where like I have a specific character in mind, like Professor Snape. You know, I'm just kind of playing the game because I need to know the story in order to pick a character that I'm going to play through it. And I don't remember the Pillars of Eternity story at all. So even though I played this game before, this is going to be really new for me. So I guess what, Slandered? I guess. I think this is something we could change anyway. If I get inspired at some point and say, "Oh, I know who I am," during this run. All right, let's do it. Journey to Gilded Vale. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
Yes, sir. At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
This is all very comforting.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He nods in your direction. Sparfell nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again.
I
They
do.
didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
I'll be the effigy. See, I'm starting to miss Pathfinder right now. Because in Pathfinder, these words that I don't really remember well would all be highlighted, and I could click on them and get the whole history and whatnot. But now you got to pay attention and connect the dots yourself. Defiance Bay, if I remember correctly, that's like the main city, right? And then stuck with Glanfoth and arrows. That's a race of people. Those are the people who believe in the old gods, right? It'll come back to me over time. I have no idea what the effigy is.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. I am not going to disable tutorial messages because I don't remember how to play this game, so I'm probably going to appreciate some of these tutorials. Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Okay. So Ingwithans are from the past. They built the ruins that we're now walking through. Okay, is it dangerous out there?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
What are those huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
The soul butchers. That sounds terrible. Oh, that's right. There are soul-bound weapons in this game, right? Where they took somebody's soul, put it in a weapon, and then you can make it where the weapon likes you or is bound to you in some sort of way. I remember that because there was a bow I used on my first run that I absolutely loved. That was soul-bound. Okay, leave. I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot.
Absolutely
not like
not.
most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Yoden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Eora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. A true full party. Much appreciated. While the caravan is camped outside the Glenfathan ruins, Odima has assigned Kaliska to help you. Kaliska is a fighter, a class that excels at close quarters defense. Use her abilities to complement your own. To select a party member, click on their selection circle, their portrait, or press the number button that corresponds to their position in the party, starting with 1 to the left. So 2, that's her, 1, that's me, and then backspace is all, right? It is still. To select multiple party members, click and hold anywhere on the screen and drag the marquee over the circles of the party members you'd like to include. Excellent. To move selected characters, click anywhere on the screen where your cursor is a circle of 4 wedges.
Certainly.
All selected characters will path to their corresponding position in the formation. If you see a red circle with a slash through it, you cannot walk on that part of the map. What decides formations? Here we go. Here we go. I don't think it matters right now, but I'm kind of a stickler for those things. Here we go. Whatever she is, she's more tanky than I am. Yeah, I can tell. All right. When multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see an individual character's options, select only that character, and that's it. Okay, is F5 quick save? It is quick save. And then we can exit out if we want to do a full save. Excellent. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay, and we can scroll all the way out. All right, now the WASD keys do not do anything. I'm clicking them, and it has no effect. Does Alt do anything? No. Scouting mode is used both for stealth and for fighting hidden objects like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character selection circles will start to fill with yellow when a character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate while the circle fills red. If the circle becomes fully red, your characters will be discovered. A character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanic skill. A higher mechanic skill allows them to find objects at a greater distance. Do you have to scout to find hidden objects? Or if you have a high mechanic skill, you will come across hidden objects regardless? I don't remember. I have to look that up. Moving towards a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. If you actually touch the selection circle of a character with your own, you will immediately be detected. Okay?
Stay quiet.
All right, so we're being detected, obviously, because we're right in the light with everybody. That makes sense. So Alt goes into that mode. Control does nothing. Okay. Slow mode. There are slow and fast modes. Fast mode. All right, let me quick save. Most people you encounter in the world are neutral or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on the selection circle. Many characters will simply greet you and go on their way, but others will have larger conversations to explore. The merchant, Yoden, has a conversation that opens a store with equipment for sale. All right. Caravan life doesn't agree with you, does it? You look as raw as that merchant, Yoden. Okay. Nothing there. Oh, wait. Technically, we could open that, except we don't have anybody with mechanics. Clothing and lockpicks. There's got to be a way. Hold on. Shift. Tab. All right, tab brings up everything. And except it does not show where is Yoden. Oh, there we go. He's all
Anyone
the way
need
over
supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
here. Okay. Now, let's see.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Lock picks require 1. Do you want to pick the lot? Sure.
It's done.
Oh, cool. I can pick it. And this gives me potion of minor endurance. Oh, wait. What's the rest of that? Actually, yeah. Let's go in here. What is this? Gaun's Pledge. This item grants the ability to shield the wearer from the myriad perils that plague the world of VR, an aspect of the god Eothas. Gaun represents the harvest of old age, symbolized here by the many interlocking sickles that form the ring. As Gaun helps protect the dignity of old age, so too do his followers pledge to prevent young lives from being harvested before their time. That sounds up my alley. Plus 15 endurance, so go ahead and give him this. Oh, that's right. You can have little pets. I don't think they do. I don't think they give you anything though, like a Pathfinder. I think you just have them walking around. But the space piglet is pretty cool. And then we have plus 59 endurance. Is endurance health? Is that the same thing? I need to check on that. Light armor. I'm already wearing hide light armor. What is she wearing? She's wearing medium scale armor, and she's got a battle axe and a torch. What's in here? Nothing. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, and there goes my little piglet. Okay. Whoops, not that. What is this? What is the... There we go. D is a double speed. There we go. The tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within. Okay. And something else we can loot over here. More potions. It's really weird. Can I change this? I really want, where's controls? Controls. I really want my WSD keys. Camera left. Oh, so it's left arrow. I don't like that. What's W used for right now? Yeah. SD. Half speed and double speed. F used for, what's F used for? Formations. I'm not going to use that to go into formations anyway. So let's say that, yep, is double speed and then half speed. WASD. Half speed, you could be R. Is there anything? Nope, nothing for R, so fine. You can be set to that. Now, left, right, down, up. There we go. Yes, save. Oh, so much better. Oh, yep. This is what I needed. So much better. Okay, now. Actually, one other thing. Now that I think about it. Controls. So, tab is to highlight interactables. I don't like that. I want control to highlight interactables. And looks like nothing is tied to control. So, excellent. Save that. Wait, why isn't it doing it? I'm confused. Press the control, nothing's coming up.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
That's weird. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's move on. Okay. Yoden, what's up with you? You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
We might as well try. My thoughts exactly.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. I need to look up, where is Avowed supposed to be located? I'm pretty sure it's not the Deadfire, right? But it's still supposed to be in this game world. I need to check that so I can see what sort of history or tie-ins these games might have with it. Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago. and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Saren's work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Sounds reasonable enough, or seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Yoden begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. You now have one rank and a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity. But if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favored by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, the dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins. That's a really, really cool aspect of this game that I love, but I can't play with it. I have to have characters where I can just say whatever it is I want to say, because most of the time my characters are not all one way. Like, even my most evil, most despicable characters might say something good, every once in a while. And I can't have it in my mind that, oh, I'm going to break my freaking mechanics if I step out of line with a particular morality. But I love that that's in the game, because I think it's probably a really, really cool way to play for the people who can tolerate it. All right, let's see what you got. Stores allow you to trade and sell your items for copper pieces or items in the store's inventory. Merchants buy items from you at a greatly reduced price. If you sell something, you may see it appear in the store's inventory with a much higher cost. Stores periodically refresh their inventories. Okay. I want to fight from range. And, I probably need these. Ooh. How about how much money you have, sir? 39. I can't get the war bow. Well, how about this? If I take these back, 75, that's just enough for a war bow. All right, you know what? What else is range? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So if I want something range, wait. Actually, I could sell the weapon he has now, since I'm not going to be using that. Trade. So here. All right. Yep. We are not. Yes. I know it requires 2 slots. I don't want him up front. He's not an up front guy. So I'll sell.
Something else you need?
Let me see what you got. Oh, but you know what? Again, it's heavily discounted, but I only need, just a little wee bit short. And I don't want to let go of my potion. So we'll be back. We'll be back after we've done some searching. Okay. So it's just the 2 of us for now. They've got some sort of AI script, right? Right click. Class behavior. What is this? Aggressive. The fighter uses knockdown, discipline, barrage. I just assume that you're going to go ahead and, yeah, I want you all out so that I can stay in the back and be okay. And then you. Damage, yes. And aggressive, sure. Okay. Let us begin.
Certainly.
Oops, no. Exploration is key in Pillars of Eternity as you make your way through the Eastern Reach. Open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. And, encampment. Okay. So, I'm sorry. They said a couple of things. Collected springs. Okay, but they didn't say where. So, we'll just head north. Who are you?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
I agree, sir. No problem. Plants. This path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans.
We shouldn't stray too. Let's check by those.
Check by those out. We shouldn't stray too far. Okay, yeah, I'm not straying far. Ooh.
Oh?
Oh, that's right. I have to build focus before I can do anything with him. Pillars of Eternity Combat uses a pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met, e.g. the start of combat. Sounds great. All characters in the game, friend and foe, have 4 primary defenses against attacks: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the targeted defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll and is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above the targeted defense, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. Damage reduction. All attacks that do damage have to overcome the target's damage reduction. An enemy's DR reduces the incoming damage by the listed amount, down to a minimum percentage. If you are having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a weapon or attack that does a different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against a similar number. Interesting. Okay. I was about to say, why are you doing nothing? One of your characters has been engaged in melee. When characters are engaged, they immediately stop moving. If they move again, they will provoke a disengagement attack from the enemies engaging them. Your characters will also automatically engage enemies when they initiate attacks against them with melee weapons. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I didn't realize she was holding a freaking torch. Holy smokes, that was brutal to watch. You didn't have to set him on fire. Oh, she critted him and knocked him prone. Wild. Okay. Many spells and abilities in Pillars of Eternity have a limited number of uses. An ability that can be used a number of times per encounter will have all of its uses restored when combat ends. Abilities that can be used a number of times per rest will only be restored when you rest at an inn or use camping supplies. Okay, so she just did regular old attacks, right? Oh, wait. I use Mind Wave. Oh, and my Mind Wave hit Young Wolf for 16 raw damage. Interesting. And Mind Wave is also the yep, it also knocks people prone. So yeah. This is all good. And it straight up killed him, so, and he was the only person here, so it makes sense he wouldn't knock anyone prone right now. Okay. It's over. You can stop. You can stop talking now. It's
Certainly.
Okay.
This is it.
As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. If you ever get stuck, open it up to review your notes. Ooh, I have Explorer. Well, Dama says you've had some interesting travels. Oh, okay, so I got that because of my background. Cool. In the watery parts of the world, I was a mariner. I lived down the frontier. Interesting might be a world. I sailed with cold-blooded conquerors. In the watery parts of the world, I was a mariner. Yeah? How is it you happened to come here? We were attacked by pirates at sea. Our ship was destroyed. This lines up perfectly with all the Deadfire stuff. Yes, we're going to pick that. That's a damnable run of luck. Maybe the new setting will turn things around for you. Kaliska breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Radrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? I haven't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. I'm going to find some new friends. That may not be a bad idea, surviving out here. Sometimes it's less about what you know and more about who. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. A demon will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kaliska sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in exam until. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Aldima I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rautai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale, she's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. All right, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's getting your water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Sounds like a plan. All right. Why is it? Left control. I keep pressing it, but it's actually not bringing up. It's not bringing up the things that I can use to select. Like this is selectable, and I'm holding control, and it's not doing anything. All is for that. So here, if I put this back at back to tab, save changes, tab, it comes up. So let's just switch it back. Control, save. Still won't do it. Okay, I guess you just gotta have it as tab. Whatever. Burned lady. Okay. Oh, wait. Can I go further over here? Nope, I can't. Okay. River's here. Oh, is that a bridge? It's a bridge of some sort, but before we go over there. Travelers, maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign any way you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark, crusted blood stain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Ooh. Lockpicks. I'll take it. And that's as far as we go. Okay. Let's go on back to the bridge. What's over here?
What a surprise. Sparfel went hunting. At least he left the water skin.
Use a tab key. Yeah.
Hunting. At least.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Callisto waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You have gained an item. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfel? Are you all right?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
Ooh. Not cool. Hunter. We'll focus on you first. Boom, boom. Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating enemies' DR. When the attack hits, the DR will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll heal your character's complaint about it when it happens. Take heed. Note the damage type that's being blocked and switch to a weapon or spell that does a different damage type. Is it me or her? Oh, switch. Oh, cool. So it separates it. One part's dialogue, one part's combat. I like that. All right. And I just did Mind Wave, and it grazed him for 10 raw damage. And he critted me for 3 damage and interrupted me. Okay. Interesting. How much health does he have left? Not much. I'm going to go back over here, out of his range. There we go. And let him. There we go. What is the problem? Why haven't you shot yet? Thank you. 6 focus. All right, he's down as well.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Take your money. Ooh, I got a hunting bow. I didn't even need to buy a bow. Oh well, whatever. Tab. Do a quick save. What's this? Giant camp. The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Oops, there's something. What's this? Beer. Never leave behind the beer. Come on now. All right. They still got... Why is that music still playing? The fight is over. Or is it not over? Ooh, it's not over. Whoops. Okay, Hunter. They're both the same, so... Oh, no. Start with you, I guess. And you. How does this work? Is this enemies only? Target becomes the object. Characters behind the target. So no, don't do that. Instead, let's switch her to over here, even though she'll take some damage. There we go. And look at him. He's I got him set to damage anyway, so he's kind of automatically doing it. You know what? Let me just let him rock and see what happens. Okay, one of them died. Now you've got a chance, opportunity to do a power. What is this? You scored a crit. Crit is a better hit result than a hit, and they are more likely to occur when the attack's accuracy is higher than the target's defense. Attacks that do damage will do more damage on crit. Attacks that inflict status effects or afflictions will have increased duration on a crit. Ooh, grazes are worse than hits and suffer decreased damage and effect durations. No problem. All right. Doom, doom, boom. Mind wave. Okay, cool. You do not need to keep talking about it for that long. I don't need any of this, right? I'm good with what she has. And this kind of looks like trash stuff that I wouldn't really sell. Oh, wait. Is weight a thing in this game? It doesn't tell me a weight, so actually I don't think it is. So I'm going to take all that. And I'm going to take that. That's a hunting bow. What am I using? I'm using a war bow. I think that's better, right? Compare. Yep. Oh, so it was actually good to buy that anyway. I'm going to take the lockpicks. And because if I remember correctly, you don't last long, lady. And what are you carrying? You got a battle axe and a torch. I'm good with that. Keep that. Hold on to that. All right, the music is still playing, so must be that we're still in a combat situation. Oh, they wipe out the whole damn camp? Oh, damn. They're all dead. Glanfathan leader. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stand above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Yoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Why have you done this? Wait, actually, no. Lord 1. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Ir-Glanfath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Might. Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. The man considers this, looking you up and down. Yet. He shoves Yoden towards you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Yoden's torso. Yoden screams and stumbles forward, a wide gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. All right. Yoden is there with bruised ribs. That's ugly. All right, some tells me they're easier to kill than you, so we'll start with them. Excellent. I was about to say, why do you have so much focus without using it? And we carved them up pretty nicely. Okay. Your enemy lies supine. That's a word? What does supine mean? I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys where if I see a word I don't know, I actually do have to look it up. Supine. Lying face upward. That's a word. Interesting. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above us. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bow, Odima's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
That looks brutal and deadly. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Yoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Yoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Yoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Dexterity 15. Grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Yoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Yoden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Yoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. All right. That is a pretty good intro to a game.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
Could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Yoden's jaw tightens. He nods. A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. What's this? Strange illness.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Glyphoth. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glyphothan word is Bewick. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glyphothans. Those be the hut dwellers Odima warned you about. Look to be fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. Galawain, ha ha ha, the hunter. They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odima. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glyphothans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odima would never allow it. But as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glyphothans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she glances down the passage beyond, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in our caravan? Calliska's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about all this. Calliska looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse, too. Seen worse and kept on walking. Because there's nothing else to be done. Because there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Yoden takes a step forward and his knee buckles. And before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground. His cheeks striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet. But his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
You've discovered some camping supplies. You can use it to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's abilities and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most have cheap rooms available.
Or to stay put. Those Glyphothans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Calliska's right. We have to press on. We don't know what we're up against.
I'll do my best.
right. Let's get this party started. But I think that's enough for one day. We've gotten through the first part of the intro, and now we're ready to go through our first dungeon. It's been about an hour. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.